Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Roleplay.
Let's read.
Nero, shut the fuck up.
I am
Hang up on
going
him.
to call sound speed, and he is going to strangle you.
I have had. You know I have to do that every
No,
time.
no, you don't.
No, you
Yes,
don't.
I
There's nothing
do.
forcing you to do it. I
Nero, I'm
There
gonna
is-
throw you out a window if you do that again.
It is.
You've
for
already
the
done
people.
that.
It
No,
is
I
for the
haven't.
Beautiful,
Really? You don't remember
people.
that one fanfic we read?
That was
That
me
was
throwing him out a
Nero.
window.
Anyway, back to Let's Roleplay. Last week everybody
You
died, so
mean
we're doing a new game based on
Let's
the
read.
Angel role-playing game by
Hooray!
Eden Studios. That is running the Cinematic Unisystem, which is a variation on standard Unisystem in which everything is simplified and done up in a structure designed to allow for more over-the-top, ridiculous things to kind of simulate television and movies in their most grand and ridiculous forms.
Hooray!
I'll explain the differences as we go along, but for now, all you need to know is that skills, attributes, and all that stuff are going to be much more simplified, and everything's just going to be a lot more simple and easy than it has been in the past. To that, we're playing a game based on the popular television program from a few years back called Angel, which was a spin-off of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This game is not really necessarily going to get all that deep into the lore of Angel, and you don't need to worry about having any sort of experience with the show in order to understand it. Basically, all you need to know is that there are supernatural monsters eating people and killing and doing all sorts of nasty shit, and these fine individuals are going to get involved in trying to stop them for fun and profit. Mostly profit.
Yay! And thank God that we don't actually need to know anything about the lore, because I basically only know that Buffy the Vampire Slayer had a musical episode, and that's about the extent of my knowledge.
Why
of
am I not
the
surprised
entire-
that the only thing you know about Buffy is that there was a musical episode?
I saw one episode of Angel. All I know is that Angel owns a car.
Okay, so
Actually, even more
Yeah.
pathetic somehow.
anyway, so where were we? Oh yes,
Here we go.
because of the nature of this setting and universe, there's the ability to play as supernatural characters like demons and monsters and all sorts of weird stuff.
Sound speed.
I'm going to strangle you. Anyway, so we're going to find out what our bevy of players here have managed to come up with as I left them with a week to come up with characters and design them. So we're going to right after we're done introducing the characters, we're going to make an organization that they will be in charge of and using as the jumping off point for their various adventures. So to start with, let's go down the list, beginning with Zombie Cam, as he was the first person to come to me to let me know that he had actually finished his stuff in a timely fashion.
Okay, so my character is a revenant, which means that he died, then he came back to life, then he died, and then he came back to life as a woman.
Kinky.
That's how I'm getting around. Now I'm playing a woman again.
Fair enough.
So he has psychic visions, which are bad ones, where he sees the apocalypse and horrible stuff and whatnot.
Cool.
He's dependent on his wife and daughter. He has to look after them. If anyone tries to hurt them, he will cut them to pieces.
Awesome.
He's a little bit cruel when it comes to people getting in his way. He has 2 points in bad luck, which is important for Duhad to know.
Okay, I will make a note of that. Let me just pull up my new Word document. Go ahead, though. Go ahead. I will remember that.
He hates demons and vampires. 108 HP, base HP,
All right.
and he fights with a sword.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Good to know all of that. Okay, so I really like that character, by the way, more than you probably know. So moving on to Time Knight. What do you got, buddy boy?
Hello. My character is Father Peter O'Donovan. Basically, he is an Irish demon hunting priest, which I kind of did this mostly out of.
I kick ass for the Lord!
Exactly. Yeah, he's
Gotta love early Peter Jackson.
Pretty much.
He was pretty boss. Pretty
Yeah,
boss.
he's pretty boss. Anyways, what was I thinking? Yeah, basically he's a priest sorry guys, who's trained in martial arts and fights demons and stuff. So yeah, not too big on demons. Also, he has a photographic memory for some reason.
Hurrah! All right. Cool. So, Rydell, what do you got for me?
I'm playing a man named Chuck Connors. He is a former army sergeant
Okay.
who went into this supernatural detective as a after he left as a place where he could use his skills that he developed.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. That is that it, or is there something else you want to add, or?
That's pretty much it.
Okay, so Nero, what do you got for me?
What? I'm not gonna do it this
I will
time.
strangle you.
I think he has suicide for you.
Suicidal tendencies. There you go.
So, my character's name is Ajax, and
Okay.
Sounds Greek.
Yeah, he's a geek. Anyway,
Or I said Greek, but
I think
I
he's
know.
saying that he's a geek because he named himself after a Greek hero.
okay.
I'm a Greek geek. Now,
Try saying
So-
that 10 times fast.
Greek geek.
Harris, stop encouraging him. Nero, stop being yourself.
Let's annoy Duhad. Now, so my character is a very special class of demon called a bone demon.
A bone demon.
A boner
bone
demon.
I like the sound of that.
You're sick bastards. Now,
God damn it.
10.
Your words, not mine. Go ahead.
Hey, I'm not the one that thought of it as boner demon.
I didn't think of it as boner demon. I thought bone demon sounded cool.
Anyway,
Then these idiots-
back to Nero Brony.
Anyways,
Rydell's
what's a
fault.
bone demon do?
A bone demon is essentially a highly unstable form of demon that is very uncontrollable in power, but really any antisocial impulses and such only take place when in demon form. And my character has to have above 25% health in order to activate it at all.
So he
But,
can't turn into a bone demon unless he's got a certain amount of health, or else he's just not like physically there enough to kind of.
Well, it's
So
because
if there's not enough
literally...
blood flow, he can't turn into a bone demon.
Shut
the
up.
fuck up. Now, it's because it's like, you know, he's literally bone is surfacing and basically replacing the place of his skin. So,
that's metal.
like, bone claws will
There's like an
literally
ant.
tear out of his hands.
Oh,
So
shit.
he obviously has to have some amount of composure in order to do that without completely maiming himself.
Okay, I like that. That's cool.
But
Yeah.
after doing that, he gets a boost to Constitution and Strength. He gets a natural weapon that has Strength times 5 in damage. And he gets an extra 90 life points.
Oh my god! So he just turns into a fucking tank. He's just like, yeah.
Yeah,
up?
but the
I
thing
know
is,
what kind of characters Nero likes to play
he has massive antisocial impulses. That's a -3, but it only
If
applies
that
into
translates into him tossing me at someone again, I'm gonna rage quit.
That is actually possible.
Damn it! Ah.
Mostly because he also gets a -3 to willpower, a -2 to intelligence, and a -2 to dexterity
Oh,
jeez.
oh,
while
shit.
in demon form.
Okay.
Wow.
So-
But he will also take half damage from everything in demon form.
Okay, so he basically hulks out when he's this dude just completely loses his shit, turns into a demon, and is
Yeah.
just good for exactly one thing, and that one thing is being a living tank.
Yeah, and then his drawbacks, he's a clown, he's an outcast, he's easily flustered when not in demon form, and he has impaired smell, but he has acute sight and hearing, he has fast reaction time, 5 and hard to kill, because, that's kind of necessary. He has Nerds of Steel and situational awareness, and then the rest, the skills and whatnot. He also carries a blackjack. It's in, the little mini baseball
Oh, yeah,
bat.
a little truncheon kind of thing. All right, cool.
Question: did you just say you had Nerds of Steel?
Yes. I remember
Okay.
Duhad accidentally calling it that one time, and I'm never going to let him live it down.
I hate all of you forever.
Oh,
Speaking of
come
people
on.
I hate
Let's
forever.
read.
Here, what you got for me today?
Wait, what do you mean hate forever?
What? Nothing. Here, what do you have for me today?
Oh my
Let's insult
god,
hair.
Duhad. Oh, fuck off. Okay, so I have Lakeisha Jones, who once again is a black female.
You
'Cause,
are you are really fond of playing black ladies.
I know, right? They're the best kind of people. But no, she is actually drawn from the demon gangster archetype in the core book, and essentially what she is that she is descended from a demon, right?
Okay.
And that actually gives her a boost to her strength and constitution. It doesn't do any of the other crazy shit that Nero's character does, though, so
Mm-hmm.
there is that. She's also got about 70 life points, so really she's more of a glass cannon, I suppose.
Oh,
Yeah, and she's also got a couple issues. Like, she might be a little bit cruel to people. Like, not to the level of Mexican cartel cruel, but she could but if you push her, she'll probably be thinking, okay, which appendage am I gonna break this time?
So
And
not
then she's-
Mexican cartel level, but just sort of Mexican cartel level.
God damn it. Well, maybe, I guess so. But yeah, and she's also fairly reckless, so we'll see what happens with that.
Okay, fair enough. So we've got a tank who is a nerd when he's not in tank form, a psychopathic leg breaker, army man, a revenant man turned zombie lady defending his wife and child, and time out. Who
I
are you
kick
again?
ass for the Lord.
I'm
Right.
an Irish priest demon hunter.
Right, you are the
Wow,
Irish.
this is going to be
demon
very
hunting priest.
interesting.
Together, they fight crime. Speaking of which, together you're going to fight crime and you're going to have an organization to do it with. So,
Yes.
as I said before, because you idiots managed to get yourselves murdered when you had a boss, you're going to be your own boss this time. Which means that you get 5 organization points. You get 5 points to spend to build your organization, plus 1 for each additional member of the party. Since there are in total 6 members of the party, since we're going to count G-Money even though he's not here right now, you guys are going to have a total of 11 points to spend.
Oh, snap.
Yes, half of which,
Collectively or
rounding down,
each?
you can spend on clout. No, that's together. All together for the organization. And you have to agree on what you're doing because no one's going to be the boss. You
Okay.
can elect one person to be the boss. You're not going to do that because you people would never be able to follow the lead of someone, and if any of you got power over the others, it would lead to murder.
Pretty much, I guess.
Good, because that's the reason I'm not going to
Death by
say, hey,
throwing.
let's make Hero the leader.
Indeed. So,
Death by throwing.
let us build our organization. Now,
Okay.
you can spend exactly half the points, rounding down, on clout. Clout is kind of like you're pulling strings in Conspiracy X. In this case, it's going to allow you guys to buy influence with other organizations, which will in turn help you buy some extra gear once we get to that section. But first of all, we're going to go over the various areas that you can get clout in. Now, you can buy up to 5 levels in clout in any one area, but because of the way they balance the game for, player power, because you guys are running your own organization, you are only going to be allowed, you only start with 5 points as opposed to the more points you could get if you had various levels of oversight. But you can also only buy up to 2 levels in clout in any one area. And again, that is to make sure that you guys aren't like, we want to have all of the money. We want to have all the money in the world and no oversight in how we spend it.
Yep.
So, the areas
We probably turned into the Republican Party.
Oh, Jesus. Let's not get that political. First of all, the various areas. Criminal. Group with this clout in this area has connections or influence in the criminal underworld. So at first level, this would be street cred. Your group has some some measure of respect from local businessmen, informants, and other lowlifes known the group are willing to divulge information for the right fee. Level 2, which is the highest you can get because you're running your own organization. The group owns is owed a few favors and has connections with a good number of underworld figures. Its connections allow it to find all kinds of illegal goodies, from illegal information to special services like breaking, arson, and the like, often at a discount. So this would be something that you'd have for a medium-sized criminal organization, like a drug-dealing gang or a ring of car thieves. Next, financial. This is how much money you have. At level 1, you're struggling. You basically have the organization is barely paying its own bills, and you guys aren't really being paid by the organization. You're more kind of helping to make sure the organization stays afloat. Given the fact that you guys are probably going to be making sort of a for-profit organization, you probably don't want to have that level, because no one wants to start their own business to make money, only to then have to support it constantly to keep it from going bankrupt. So you more likely want to be going at holding its own. Represents up to $1 million in assets, a lot less in cash though. The group has enough money to pay members a regular salary or stipend. You can cough up a modest amount of dough, up to a few $1,000s in case of need, and may be as much as $100,000 in a dire emergency, though that would probably bankrupt or nearly bankrupt the group. Governmental. You have connections with government. At level 1, you're connected. You can kind of get some information from local cops and stuff, maybe, get away with little shit you probably shouldn't be able to. At level 2, you actually have like proper strong connections with local law enforcement. You can pull some strings, get some information, maybe even get a few minor felonies swept under the rug. You also have some connections with local government, like a mayor or state representative or a precinct chief. So pretty nice. And finally, supernatural. This is a world of monsters and demons, so this is also never a bad thing. At level 1, you have a basic arcane understanding. Your group knows all the basics. You're not going to build your organization on publicly owned ground so that vampires can just walk in anytime. Like, you know all the basic tricks and are not going to be surprised when someone rips off all their skin and then leaps at you as a giant chattering bone monster.
As in me.
As in you.
It would be weird if we didn't have that and Nero was freaked out by someone ripping off all their skin and leaving him as a giant bone monster.
Fair, he wouldn't be freaked out by that, but basically the group as a whole wouldn't have full supernatural information as to like the broader supernatural world.
The other round, he'll be the only one freaked out by it. Everyone else will think it's perfectly normal.
Yes. At level 2, your group is occultist. The group has extensive occult knowledge, including a large collection of arcane tomes, medium occult. You'd have like what's the equivalent of an occult archive at level 3. Members have basic magical training. Contacts with the supernatural may include spirits or demons who are obligated or willing to offer information. So, To reiterate, supernatural, governmental, financial, and criminal.
Let's see.
I
Maybe 2
would
points
suggest
in
we have at least
financial.
the 2 financial.
Now, keep in mind,
Yeah.
you also can only spend a total of 5 points in these areas. So, probably a good idea to make sure you're sure what you want. Having at least one level of financial is basically necessary because if you
Okay,
don't, then
and
holy
I
shit.
think also since my character
it's
is
right,
technically
too.
a gangster, we could do with like 1 point of criminal clout as well, at least.
Okay.
One
Or maybe
point
just
is
1 point.
supernatural. 1
2
point is
financial.
supernatural.
1 in supernatural, 1 in criminal,
Okay, so 2
maybe
financial.
1 in government.
So 2 financial, 1 criminal, 1 arcane, and 1 1 supernatural, 1 governmental. So
Yeah.
You should at
Yeah,
least
one-
not
one-
make
one
it
in
a public
everything.
area.
One
of
in
everything,
everything,
but
2 in
2 in
financial.
financial.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would, yes.
Sorry.
All
That sounds good to me.
Yep.
2 in financial. Okay, you guys have spent all of your clout in probably the most broad and convenient way possible. Good job.
Yay!
Okay, so now, because you've bought that, we get to move on into quarters. Now, you guys will have you have 6 more points to spend in total. Yeah, thank you.
Is the 2-point limit applied to per thing applied to this section as well?
No, I believe you can spend as many points as you want in this one. Clout is restricted because higher levels of clout are fucking ridiculously useful. Like, at like level 5, let's just put supernatural for an existence. At level 5 of supernatural influence, level 5 is power pure and simple. As above, but even larger, the group can routinely summon or recruit potential supernatural beings. At this level, the top leadership of the group cannot be human. Only the most powerful demons and spirits qualify.
Shit.
And you need financial clout 3 and criminal clout 2 in order to meet the mundane needs of the organization. And by same as
shit.
above, it means that you also get everything from level 4 potent beings. The group has a small army of magicians, psychics, and demons at its disposal. It is aware of several
Okay.
occult secrets and these are shared by few, if any, other groups in the world. Its contacts span dimensions, and the group may have control over portals to other worlds.
Wow, that's actually pretty badass.
Yeah, that's
Okay, I
why you're
actually-
restricted.
Something that I just figured out is so earlier in the month, Mick Thompson, the lead guitarist of Slipknot, was stabbed in the back of the head by his brother in a knife fight,
Holy shit.
and he lived. None of the wounds were actually life-threatening, but they were serious enough to have him hospitalized. Now
Oh, dear.
they're both going to court, and they could be fined either $65, $625, or they could spend up to 30 days in prison, which
Okay.
would
Whoa.
actually cause a problem for the band's tour.
That's interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't care.
And it's shocking information. I'll give you that.
What does this have to do with?
This seems irrelevant.
Yes.
I mean, he was stabbed in the back of the head.
Oh no, I mean it's fucking brutal and crazy and shit. I'm just not entirely sure what it has to do with Covenant organization stuff.
I just figured that information out. So
Alright, fair enough. I mean, well, okay, it's definitely kind of crazy. I mean, Jesus Christ, getting stabbed in the back of the head is pretty fucking brutal. Holy shit.
Aw.
that's brutal.
Brutal. All right. Anyway, so
Let's read.
size and location. This will determine how large an organization you guys have. I'm going to go through all the things again because I don't want you spending all your points and then going, wait, shit, we should have got the other thing.
Route Rushmore.
Size and locations. For free, you can just have a small apartment or office. The gang can barely all fit in at once. No cost here. Medium, a decent office space with multiple offices, a warehouse, or other large location that costs 1 point. Large, an entire office building or hotel with multiple rooms and storage space may even cover parking. 3 points must be spent. Huge. Something sometimes something the size of a small shopping mall or military base. Plenty of room for parking, not to mention training facilities, shooting ranges, and laboratories, and even a bowling alley if you're paying for pins. This runs 5 points. If you have one location, it's free. If you have multiple locations, depending on the size of the locations, etc., it costs more. Or you can have worldwide. Again, this is something that players probably wouldn't have because you're not running a worldwide organization. That's not happening.
But we could if we wanted to.
Theoretically,
a worldwide
yes.
organization with no resources and nothing really in the buildings.
Well, yeah, it costs 10 points. So if you want to spend everything you had on it, you could have a bunch of empty, tiny office buildings spread around the world.
I say small in one location.
Yes. Anyway, physical security. How safe are your headquarters? Basically, these are all the things for standard physical mundane defenses. At 0 level, you basically have a rusty lock. Like, you can padlock your door or something. At level 1, you have decent burglar alarms, decent locks, walls that can withstand a ball peen hammer for more than 15 minutes. And if you're feeling kind of do-it-yourselfy, you can add in some illegal traps. No guards unless you're up for guarding yourself.
Selfie.
Level 2, and again, this is 1 point per level. At level 2, you have a good defense. You have good alarms, good security. You're in a strategic location for a larger, greater facility. You have a larger, greater facility. You have human guards with the stats of police officers. If you spend for 3 points, you can get an excellent defensive thing. The facility is really hard to get into. The ID cards are required to open certain doors, and security devices are top-notch. Large facilities have a security force, and it's plentiful, with lots of well-armed guards. At level 4, you get military level. You get like military level security. At level 5, you have the best money can buy. Then there's supernatural security, which is the other side of the coin for safety stuff. For level 1, believers, basic safeguards like making sure your location is not on a public place so vampires have to be invited in, and decent and isolated facility for conducting magical rituals. And isolatable things. Sorry. Level 2, protected. Security systems that alert the owner if supernatural beings enter the area uninvited. This can be a spell or ward, a guardian entity that sniffs out supernatural presences, or even scientific devices that somehow detect abnormal life signatures. Level 3, warded. Protected spells like the ones making violence impossible in a certain location, and presenting basically just like super powered magical stuff. And then level 4 is invulnerable, and level 5 is otherworldly. Otherworldly is kind of awesome because you are literally in a pocket dimension. No one can get into
Oh my
your
god,
pocket dimension.
SCP-106.
What?
Oh God, no!
We have our own personal SCP-106. We have our own personal
shit.
Radical Larry.
Oh my god.
Oh
Anyway,
my- no.
Radical Larry.
you're
No,
taking
shut up.
Radical.
By the way,
No,
I have
shut up.
started
No,
an
by the way.
I have started an SCP Containment Breach Let's Play if anyone wants to watch that.
Will you
Now
stop
that-
advertising your videos in the middle of a
No,
Let's Read?
Jesus
Let's play.
Christ,
God damn.
dude.
You friggin'
Gear.
Now that my plug is done,
Gear. Once you've gotten all your security and location and stuff worked out, there's obviously stuff you want to fill it with. So there's facilities. Computers. Level 1 is basic, level 2 is advanced, level 3 is top-notch, level 4 is cutting edge, level 5 is futuristic. It's kind of the sort of things that you'd see in XCOM. Sorry, in Conspiracy X, level 1 you have like basic computers all over the place. At level 2 you have like some really fucking good workstations, with like proper computing systems and stuff. And as you go up, you get like more and more crazy software and computing devices. Laboratory/research facilities. At level 1, you have, with nothing, obviously you have nothing. At level 1, you start getting like basic lab facilities and sort of things like that. And again, it goes up and up and up until you have like full-on Stargate SG-1 labs and shit. Medical facilities. For nothing, you get a first aid kit. Everything above that is kind of increasingly nice, locations that you can kind of set up for doctoring. And at the higher levels, you actually get nurses and doctors to be part of the facility. It comes included. Workshop or repair facilities for if you want to, tinker with things or repair your damaged vehicles or helicopters. Occult archives. This is basically the exact same thing as the occult library, except it's one that is available to everyone and is built in the facility as opposed to in your breachable house. Special training facilities. You can basically, you can set up trade facilities in your building if it's large enough. Vehicles. For company car, the organization has access to a single car, functional but otherwise unremarkable. This has no cost. Vehicle fleet. The group has several cars at its disposal, about one for every 5 employees. So, because you're a tiny organization where you only have 6 people in total, buying a fleet of vehicles isn't exactly all that fucking important. Though you can, for 2 points, upgrade your car to be a tricked-up car. The group's ride has some extra goodies like mounted weapons, souped-up engine, and other tricks. Other cool tricks and stuff. Oh, Christ. You can buy an aircraft. The company has a jet available.
We should probably not.
We're buying a helicopter!
Yeah, and then you can go all the way up to having a military or exotic
I'm kidding,
vehicle.
Of course. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Weapons.
We have an AWACS.
Oh, Jesus. Weapons!
We want paramilitary.
Fuck you. So for no points, you just have the weapons that you currently have on hand. For 1 point, you can get a arsenal of medieval weaponry, swords and axes and crossbows and all that stuff. More than you'd basically enough that you can lose your shit and get more. For 1 point, you can also just get a giant pile of legal firearms, pistols, shotguns, hunting rifles, etc. When you start spending a bit more, you can get paramilitary things like assault rifles, submachine guns, and the works. And for 5 points, you can go all the way up to Full Metal Jacket, serious hardcore military hardware. And we all know exactly how you fuckers spend your full-on military hardware. So no.
Let's hail Satan.
Okay. So, getting back to the beginning again, time to start spending those points. Now you know everything that's available to you.
Alrighty.
Size and location.
Okay,
How big of a location do you want? What do you
I
want?
say small in one location.
I say we build it at Mount
agree.
Rushmore.
Was
I'm
it?
kidding. I'm
We aren't
kidding.
rich.
That would be
Richie
inconvenient.
I say we
would
use
recommend
Duhad's
spending
house.
1 point
Yeah,
for
but
a
then every time we
medium-sized
go out to
facility.
vision, but then every time we go out to visions, we get to shout, "America! Fuck yeah!"
I hate all of you. Anyway,
No,
I recommend...
I say we place our headquarters in Duhad's house.
I said that you won't die in a fire. Anyway, medium. I recommend medium because that way you actually have enough room to put the things that you want to buy. Otherwise, you are basically going to be like, I want to buy a facility like a weapons locker. I'm like, okay, great. Now you can't all fit inside the facility. Like
Sure
three
we
of you
can.
could be
All of our chairs will be hollow, and we will put weapons in the chairs. One of us will have to sit on a box of grenades.
Anyways.
Anyway, so medium or larger is probably a good idea, considering you guys probably want to buy some other things.
Yeah, let's go with medium.
Okay, so that is 1 point.
Yep.
You are down to 5 points.
Okay, 5 points.
So we still have enough points for the Full Metal Jacket option.
No.
Yes, if you wanted to spend all of your points just buying
Yeah, but
Okay, we
don't-
need...
should
pile
we
of
need
fucking
Alright,
Alright.
hold on. Let's
Oh wait, no, never
let's
mind.
figure out...
Okay,
Don't forget, I need some room to keep my Satan.
okay, physical and supernatural security is probably best to have one level of each, if only just because it prevents people from just waltzing into your building.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to do any better than one level each, though...
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool. So that's
Okay.
so we have.
Can we upgrade them later?
We have 3 points left.
3
I think
points.
that's enough for
Okay,
the paramilitary option.
Here's
My guns.
okay. Here's
Yeah, you can upgrade later. Don't worry.
what we need to figure out. How good is our stats like? Is everybody's stats like computers, medicine, and etc.
I have 2 in computers and 2 in doctor.
All right. Well, a medical facility might be useful then. Basic computer terminals is probably okay. I think. Yeah, okay. It's 1 point to buy a set of basic computer terminals for every employee. You can just have a single computer that you brought in from home if only one person is actually good with computers.
And
What sort of weapons
just
does
to let
everyone use?
What was that?
and just to let everyone know that I have access to a good-sized occult library. So
Okay, so you probably don't need to buy another one. In fact, if you want to, you can bring that one into the facility if you feel it's safer than your house, which it
All right.
probably is.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like a huge one, but it's like maybe like a
What sort
couple.
of weapons does everyone use?
That's good. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good point. What does anyone use guns?
I use guns. I use guns.
Okay. Right
I
now,
use
as a
guns
military
too, actually.
individual, do you use guns?
Yes. Sorry, I forgot that the button I use for push, talk, and mumble is mute in this.
Okay, yes, that would be something to keep in mind. Okay, so we have 2 people who do
I
use
use-
guns.
I
No, 3.
so-
We have
Three.
3 people that use guns.
Okay, 3 people.
I use
Nero, what do you
gangster.
use?
Okay, does anyone use medieval weaponry?
Yes.
I
I-
use Kung
I do.
Fu, and I have skill of getting medieval.
Okay, so
I do see that covers.
Does-
Really, that
does
seems to
an
also
I-
just cover a lot of things like
Yeah,
knives and stuff
knives
that you
and
actually do get
clubs and
training
things
in.
like that.
Okay, I also use that too.
okay, so it sounds like you guys
Oh.
probably want to have access to some extra, like basically a couple cabinets of guns and weaponry, like medieval
Yes.
weaponry.
Yeah.
Okay. Thing, medieval, gun, bunny. Okay.
How many points do we have left now?
I believe that you just spent. Let's hear.
2
1,
for that.
2, 3, 4, 5 points. You have 1 point remaining.
Okay.
So to go over the things that you haven't bought yet, you get vehicles for free, so you don't have enough points to buy like tricked out vehicles anymore. You could buy a basic medical facility. The level 1 one is these moderate medical facilities are enough to conduct essential paramedical treatment. Gives you a +1 to doctor rolls when you're treating people in it. You could buy a basic laboratory or workshop/repair station. Basic labs facility, the kind of place where you can run a blood under a microscope and perform some basic tests, or basic repair facility. The room has some tools in it, space for a car or boat, even a hydraulic lift. Or you could buy basic computers. About the same as a typical office with network computers or terminals for every employee. Or you could level up one of your securities. You could get good physical security, good alarms, devices, security cameras in strategic locations. A larger or greater facility has human guards. It's not a larger or greater facility, so you wouldn't have guards. Or protected supernatural security systems that alert the owner of supernatural beings enter the area uninvited. This can be a spell or ward, or a spell or ward, a guardian entity that sniffs out supernatural presences, or even a scientific device that somehow detects abnormal life signatures. What do you want to spend your last point on?
Let's see.
Clock is ticking, people.
Let's see. I'm looking at it. Anyone
I
have
think it would
any
be.
preference?
I think it would be better to get security.
But which one then?
Want physical?
I was
or-
figuring we'd just prop Nero up behind the door, so if someone breaks in and opens it, they hit him, waking him up.
That would work when Nero happens to be around.
Yeah.
But then we chain him in place.
Rydell, you are not the
what-
group leader. You will never be the group leader. This is why you will
Also,
never be the group
ever.
leader.
I will spend
I
most of
have-
the time being under you, trying to toss you out of windows.
I actually have the charismatic influence of SCP-035, so
Oh, Christ.
basically I could change anyone's view given enough time.
This is Buffy the Vampire Slayer universe, not goddamn SCP. Get your head out
I
of the
have an
SCP state.
influence of 10.
It'll probably be
Oh.
good for us to get the medical facilities though, because
Yeah.
you'll die.
Yeah.
Medical facilities would probably be good. You people do tend to get yourselves pretty damaged.
Yeah,
this
that would
is true.
especially help considering I have a doctor of 2. So,
Okay, so yeah, that'd be bumped up to a 3 by using this facility. Okay, you now have your base. You have
Kinky.
one. Where the hell? You have one level of clout in all, except for financial, where you have 2. You have a medium-sized facility, which we will determine what it is as soon as I'm done talking. You have basic physical and supernatural security. You have a couple of you have basically a large walk-in closet just full of weaponry, as well as another large cabinet just full of guns. No worry, Harlow.
Oh, wait, he's in there?
Yes, Harlow is in there.
Sweet! Hi, Harlow!
Indeed. Wave to your friend. Anyway, as always, we appreciate everyone watching at home and everyone who will end up watching on the YouTubes later on. You are all my special children. I love you all.
let's read.
Shut up, Miro. You're not my special child. You are my terrible child who I...
Let's read, Daddy.
No, you're Brussels sprouts or something. I don't know.
I was expecting you to say you're adopted.
Oh, no. I don't
Oh
have a problem
my
with being
god,
adopted.
wow!
I like
I
adopted
kind
people.
of am, so I'm used to
Aw.
it. Anyway,
I'm gonna make fun of you for being adopted, dude. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Anyway,
yeah,
so
I mean, my biological brother was adopted by the same family.
okay, well that's kind of interesting. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, I believe we're basically set. So let's find out what your facility actually is. Now it's a medium-sized facility. So the recommendation in the book, like what it describes a medium-sized facility as, is a decent-sized office space with multiple offices, a warehouse, or other large location. So we're talking about a location large. It gets up to an entire office building or a hotel. So we're thinking smaller than that. But what do you consider your base to be set up in?
Let's see.
And keep in mind, you are
Someone
a
owns-
for-hired service, not a secret, cabal. So you don't have to worry about like having it be like a secret front.
Oh, I
okay.
know, we'll base ourselves at the Trump Tower!
Maybe
No.
one of us owns like an apartment building, and so we set up each room as
As a
storing different things.
All right, yeah, you have like a
Yeah, we
Well, the
could
whole
do
building,
that.
all right. So like one of you is a landlord for an apartment building, and like you've dedicated like an entire floor to being like just like this like essentially the headquarters of your supernatural investigation services, either on like the ground or top floor.
It would be interesting if I was.
Or we
a
could actually
landlord.
have an office.
Well, yeah, you could like turn the entire actually like the top 2 floors can be like essentially have been converted into your offices.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
Yeah.
That sounds nice.
Yeah!
That
Kinky.
sounds nice.
Okay, so
Excellent.
we're going with that
sauce.
one then. Apartment
Kinky like a slinky.
2.
Oh my god, Nero.
All right, and finally, the last thing we need to find out for your guys' organization, what is the name of your supernatural detective agency for hire?
Let's read.
Air-related
No,
airspeed
no, it is not.
velocity of the
Anything but that.
unlated swallow!
What?
Lugo. Black Lugo.
No.
Oh my god!
Black Lugo Incorporated. No.
Satan.
No. No,
It's pronounced Satine.
As a priest, I do not condone that.
How about you
Belial Incorporated.
no, do something that will not get you in legal trouble. Call your place.
Belial Incorporated.
Oh no. You call your facility Supernatural Quest.
Pick a
Let's have
word,
Supernatural
find a
Saga.
way to make it an
Supernatural Saga.
acronym.
Let's see. How do I make Lugo an acronym?
So you take like the word placebo and turn it into an acronym for hunting down the supernatural.
Make supernatural an acronym.
That would be a very long acronym.
I get supply.
Wait. Let me see here.
We should make it so the acronym is something
Okay.
silly, like tits or cock or something.
No, wait. We need something powerful, dangerous, and untrustworthy.
Nero?
We should name it Wheels.
Fair enough.
Give me a bit. I need to think of a word that starts with C. That would basically
Alka,
mean
the organization
investigation.
I have a bit right
Well,
here.
Not
I have a
naming
single
the
bit.
organization. That word, Nero.
No, I'm not. I'm not
Alka.
actually thinking of whatever you're thinking of.
That organization without a cool acronym.
Okay, let's see here. What would be
Let's see. What do you call
how about Hell Attack Tribunal Squad? Hats.
I'm still
The
thinking of a
Minion
word. I'm still thinking of a word that starts with C here.
Coven.
You're trying to name our organization cunt, aren't you?
God
No!
damn it! I was avoiding saying that word.
No,
Wait,
I'm
what?
not trying to call the organization cunt.
Ugh.
Oh
I am
my! Wow.
Caliphate. Cabal.
Caesar.
No. Thinking of organizations. Caesar is not an organization.
Okay,
You could have an organization named Caesar.
Well, yes, but that isn't a word that inherently means organization. The same way that stars doesn't actually mean
company.
organization, even if it is an
okay.
organization.
I got
Okay,
it.
oh, I thought he was looking for something to turn
Supernatural-
into a.
No.
I've got it. The Supernatural Coalition of Psychopaths.
The FCS.
No, the SCP.
Oh, fuck
No.
you. Fuck you.
Oh
Fuck all
my!
of
No, Nero, no.
Okay, then
Just
fine.
no.
I'll come up with an acronym for cunt.
No, we're not naming your supernatural.
We're not naming
I'm about
you.
to toss water at my laptop screen in lieu of your face.
No,
Okay, then what's
I'm
an
a
acronym
priest.
for Lugo?
I'm a priest. We can't do that.
Ugh.
Okay, Satan.
Anton.
Um,
Please stop with the
call it-
acronyms. The acronyms are not working. This is
no
going so horribly
acronym.
wrong.
uh,
Supernatural attack team. Your cat. There you go.
wait.
Wait. The supernatural attack team isn't cat. What the hell am I thinking?
No, what?
No, that's Sat.
There you go. You're sat. You sat on crime.
No, Supernatural Investigation Team.
Sit. Supernatural horror.
Wait, I got another
Supernatural
idea.
horror
What is a...
investigation.
let's see
So you're
here.
suggesting the Supernatural Horror Investigation Team? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Just
I'm
come up
just
with a
going to
fucking
let
name.
that one.
I think Supernatural Investigation Team is probably the best we've come up with.
Yeah.
You
Supernatural
don't need to have a
horror.
goddamn acronym. It's not necessary.
Okay. I didn't know the
How about Spookbusters?
Spookbusters. Too spooky
Okay.
for you.
Too spooky. You got to deal with them spookiness.
Oh, if we're going
Yeah, I think-
spookiness, something that sounds like an organization name. Ophidian sounds like something that'd be a name of an organization and is spooky.
Obsidian?
Oh, an Ophidian.
Is that what does that mean?
What was it?
What about codename Kids Next Door?
Oh
No.
my god.
Oh my god. This
Okay, the Hypernatural Eradication Revolution of Retards.
No,
Hair.
no.
But,
No!
I think
no,
Ophidian means also relating to snakes.
Okay.
How does that-
the wrong
Hello,
word.
in the
It doesn't. I was thinking of a different word and said the wrong thing.
Let's see.
I would still go. I would still go for the Supernatural
Satan.
Coalition of
Right.
Psychopaths.
You're not making your organization SCP.
Satan
No,
might be
that
sad.
stands for Secure, Contain, Protect. This is a completely different thing.
It's the same goddamn acronym, and you know it.
Satan might weep.
Satan might weep.
Dang it. Dang it.
Smooth. All right.
Dang it.
How about you name your organization something that isn't an acronym and is just like a proper name?
Oh.
Okay, Supernatural Justice Warriors.
No.
SJW.
Oh my God! No! No!
Oh god. Okay. We've had.
Okay, you know what?
We're going to call it Fred. Just Fred. No.
Uh-oh.
How about we just call it
I'm
Supernatural
still-
Investigations? I don't know.
Epsilon. There you go.
Supernatural Coalition of Psychopaths.
Epsilon, I like that one.
Do it.
Epsilon. All right, fuck it.
Epsilon.
whatever,
We
fine.
got a letter.
Hi.
Who needs the rest of the name?
Hi.
Fine, you're Epsilon. Your fucking like logos, like your business cards, just have the Epsilon symbol on their. On
Which
their
is
cards.
Isn't that a
Which looks the
triangle?
same as the letter E. No, Delta is a triangle. Epsilon
should
looks
be
like a
Delta.
capital E.
Then we should be Delta so people think we're the Illuminati.
No.
No, we
Delta
can't
Investigations.
Be Delta. We can't be Delta. That's already
Yes, we
Atlantic
can.
Airlines.
Fine,
We can
fine.
be anything
You're
we
Epsilon.
want to.
You're just Epsilon. Shut up, all of you. Shut up. You're just Epsilon now.
I'm making Duhad mad. It's
All
that
right,
serious
we're
we're
you
going
now.
to take like a
Tuesday.
1 minute break to cut the video, and I'm going to get something to drink real quick.
And
So
probably
we'll
take a
see
few
you
deep
guys
breaths.
next
And it's
video.
going to be very